proper intro video. Like, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 483 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell. With me, as always, is
your
the man with
ever-loving,
no face.
blue-eyed king of paintball, who is without a face because he's eating his buldak ramen because he made supper too late. So it was a long, explanation, but one's coughing or burping in the mic and one's eating. So I mean, we're really professional here at the Maritime Paintball Podcast.
We truly, truly are. Also, just
Are still the only radio show that I'm aware of, allegedly, dedicated to the fine sport that is paintball.
we are indeed. Sorry, you got your camera off because you're eating thing. I don't know why that caught me off guard. It just did. So first and foremost, we need to do a special thank you to our friend over at Explore Paintball. Go check him out on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Explore Paintball. You'll find him. He's also on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. I really hope I don't lose my voice.
This man is one of the most enthusiastic of creators I've seen in a long time.
True.
He loves. The man has taken in my suggestion of like, you just do it. Do it because you love it. Don't do it for anything else other than I'm doing it for myself.
Yep.
And I'm so incredibly proud of him. He's been doing this longer than I have. What the hell do I have to be proud of him other than he's got a sponsor and he's doing great, and he's kind of doing the Pope's work, not the Lord.
He really is.
The Lord's work is being done by Paintball Dirt.
It's going to be a long show. Okay. Whew. Next up, of course, we have Northern Hydration, our good friends over there making the Canada's, as far as I'm concerned, Canada's premier athletic hydration formula. Right now, they still have the pineapple coconut available on the website. So use the code MaritimePB10, score yourself 10% off, get some free shipping across Canada. They even have a monthly option where they'll just keep shipping you stuff every month. It's pretty dope. So go check that out. We have Ntensity Customs, which I'm not wearing anything of theirs right now, but they make amazing paintball gear. I have their jerseys. I've got paintball pants. I have a headband.
A paintball gift drop off. My mail came today, and there was actually something from Intensity in my mail today.
Oh,
it made me very happy.
Very fun.
You can't see it because I'm not wearing it. I'm just throwing things around the house. But I got my new Intensity jersey, so I got myself a fresh skins for this year because so I got to look fine as hell from our friends over at Intensity. Also, he's wonderfully sexy.
He truly is. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he can do me a 3/4 sleeve jersey. I think it'd be awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. If anyone can do it, it's him. Loft Gear, makers of the Station 150. We've established, I think it's official now, it's the Bugatti of
the Bugatti. Bugatti. You got to say it with that really annoying inflection.
Bugatti.
Inflection, not saying accent.
Of the of travel gear. It's so hard to explain other than the fact that it is one of the coolest bags / table combination things that I've ever seen. Go check them out on their website. It's loftgear.com. You can see it there. They make some great stuff. Honestly, it's just, you got to go look. Excuse me. Moncton Paintball, my home away from home.
Bougie, and I'm okay with that because
it is bougie.
I'm a bougie bitch.
It is bougie.
Because of our other friends, I mean, we've got beautiful kit that needs to be traveling in beautiful gear. So,
well, you know what? And I'm not going to go too deep into it. When people look at that and they go, "Oh, that costs too much money," they're like, "No, you simply are not the target consumer." Because I know people that are going to be putting
#MagDumpThePores.
Well, I was thinking more like, I know of people that are going to put $10,000 worth of camera gear in it, right? So when you wager that,
actually a really good point. I never thought of that because I'm very limited in thinking only about paintball. But yeah, I know a certain photographer that could probably use that.
right? I know people who spend the $900 to $1,000 in Pelican cases. Like, anyways, go check them out, loftgear.com. Moncton Paintball, fantastic. One of the premier fields in the Maritimes. They're good people. They've been supporting us for a very, very long time. We love their field. It's comfortable for us. It's like a warm hug. It's like going home. Good people too, all around. Like good players. People who run the place are just good people. So
Darn tootin'.
absolutely, go check them out. Come hang out. Come see us. Hit up a street ball event. Hit up a walk-on day. Whatever. Just come hang out with us. And then Paintball Dirt as well. They're doing fantastic work, keeping everybody informed. You can check them out, paintballdirt.substack.com. Get yourself a weekly newsletter sent to you that lays out kind of the highlights of the week in the world of paintball. Really great stuff. There's a couple of cool sponsors, I guess, like advertisements in there for some cool companies, some cool streetwear and whatnot for in the world of paintball. So go check them out. And I think that's it. I think that's the bills. Excuse my coughing. I have caught a cold from my youngest. Matthew Campbell on YouTube. I see that a comment just says big beard. It is a big beard.
Woo, buddy. I am sweating from that delicious bulldog. And, oh man, I'm sweating. It's beautiful. I needed
That's
that.
good. I like that.
I needed
That's
that.
good.
I was hungry. It was, I don't have the best eating habits sometimes because of my neurodivergence and my medication. Sometimes I don't eat the best or most sensibly. So when I eat,
Yep.
when I get hungry, I gotta really take advantage of that because otherwise I am miserable.
That's fair. That's fair. And if you're watching live right now, put it in your calendars. Saturday, you're going to want to check this out. There's going to be, if you go to chsrfm.com, chsrfm.ca, sorry, not .com, .ca. You can listen to the live radio, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me coming to you live from a local radio record store, The Cap. We're going to be doing a fundraiser. It's a radiothon for CHSR. Try and raise some funds for those for this place that gives us a studio to do this podcast from. So
I will
if you're
call
watching,
in. I will find some way to harass you people. I wish they were doing something Friday. I was thinking of going for a drive, but
yeah, it
but
looks
I'll
like
call in.
Saturday is going to be the one where they're going to be on site for a lot of places. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be downtown Saturday at the Cap, talking to people buying records because it's also International Record Day on the same day. How's that work for a lineup, right? So it's great cause. The station here truly deserves any and all help they can get. I mean, it's not like the place is run down or anything. It's a beautiful place, but it is not for profit.
But it is not for profit, and it only works because of viewers and listeners like you. So
Yes.
do whatever, do that Mr. Rogers thing, and remember that PBS was funded and kept Mr. Rogers alive for many years. The fact that it was defunded is not really something I'm going to talk about now. Moving right along.
Right. So head over to, you can actually do it now. It's already started. Like the radiothon has already started. It runs the 13th to the 19th. You can go to chsr.ca/donate if you want to help donate to the station who help with this podcast, which is, we're forever grateful for it. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's show. We got a couple of things, quite a few things to touch on. A little bit all over the place. Again, I excuse my my voice and my coughing. It sucks, but it's it is what it is. Now,
so are you gonna
where do we want to start? I've got a whole
airing grievances tonight? Is this Is this like Festivus? Are you going to air some grievances tonight, or do you? Oh, that's right, because our friend Explorer sent us the news.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
so where are we starting? Because I didn't
Don't
get a
know.
copy of these notes on purpose. I
Oh.
specifically did
We
not
can
want them.
start with. Let's.
ICPL, ICPP,
What
ICPP.
about
I don't know. I just wanted to say ICPP on the radio and be really
it?
happy about it.
So I figured we'd start with. Remember last week we were talking about the Tampa Bay Open. Netflix was on site. There was kind of a lot of speculation about what's going on and what's happening. It turns out it is going to be a. Uh, oh my god! It's just poof. It's gone out of my head.
Reality show,
Yeah,
like
Drive to
Drive to
Survive.
Survive.
It's going to be
God
like
damn
Drive
it!
to Survive.
They're gonna follow Dynasty around, or they're gonna follow Heat around, and nobody is going to give a shit. You know why? Because they are. I mean, Formula One guys aren't really relatable either. But I've listened to paintballers do interviews, and I am not one to talk. And I've listened to race car drivers do interviews. And you want to know something? There's a reason that the Stig was so popular for so many years because he put a mask on and didn't say shit.
He shut up and drive.
Correct.
Right.
I
Like
I I know there's some of them that are really colorful, but I just if
well,
maybe
there's
if they're
what
following
there's.
like a beer league team,
That's
follow the
fine. I
Russians.
genuinely hope they actually. I genuinely hope they follow PB Fit
Hmm.
because they have been just chaos for
I
NXL. Like, you know, the hard part though is just finding a good team to follow that makes good TV because ultimately NXL or not NXL, well NXL as well, but Netflix, the producers need to find that balance between a team that is going to do well and a team that is going to look good. So that's I think PB Fit would be the best one. The Russians would be cool. That might be a bit of a like. I can see Netflix kind of being like, we don't want to.
I'm turning my mic on
Your mic is
just to
already
tell to say something, my camera on, just to remind everybody that nobody can drive a Reliant Robin, and that was not the Stig's fault.
That's
And
true.
Dory, I was not naked, but I could be for because $20 is $20. And if you donate money to the radio station, I'll get naked. If you donate more money, I'll keep my clothes on,
There you go.
which kicks ass for
Right?
the radio.
Right?
I mean,
For
what can you?
$5, I'll take my shirt
Dude,
off.
I
For
would
10,
love
I'll
to
keep
get
it on.
naked in the booth. I'd
You
totally
know
get
what
naked in
though?
the booth.
One of the booths here doesn't have air conditioning, so that's the booth to do it in.
I will get Swassy in a booth at WCHSR in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I think W.
So that's confirmed. That's cool. I'm digging that. I'm looking forward to it. Anything is better than nothing. Um, once they do it, we'll pick it apart.
Ooh, I want to throw some shame. I want to see a better turnout to a season opener because I saw those airsoft boys got 160 lads out. It was a stupid amount of people out there.
I would love to see that many paintballers in the Maritimes converge on a single place.
I don't care where. For the record, for this specific
It's
conversation, I don't care where. I just want them all to fit.
I don't care where. I just want them all to fit.
There, I was letting that
So you
echo
got
kind
like
of play itself out.
your mic is gone,
There.
bro. There you go. It's. I think I know what the issue is now.
What?
I think it might be a network thing. I think it might
Because
actually be software.
as soon as I turned on the camera, it went poochy.
Yeah, I think it might be a bandwidth thing. Ooh, he's gone. Oh,
Nope,
he's just
I'm
turned his
still
camera
here. I'm still standing.
off. Cliff says he's talking to somebody from Netflix who's thinking about checking different fields out to see what I'm talking about big in scenario games. That's dope. I dig that. I like that. I don't think we'll ever get that many paintballers in one spot. I will hope and pray and try and plead. I'd love to see 150 paintballers show up somewhere in the Maritimes. Excuse me. Um,
Again,
but
I don't care where.
I mean, Ontario, it's easy. Get 100 people show up in Ontario for an event. The thing though is the airsoft guys have one thing over paintballers. Like
Mm.
they actually do have like one trait that they can kind of say that they are better at than the paintballers is that they are somehow organized.
In
Paintballers
terms of their
are
entire group and going from spot to spot, they seem to be pretty well organized. Yeah.
they
I
are, but I love I need to sit down with them and find out why because I'm so curious about why.
Because they suffered the same problem as any sport like this is like MagFed needs to band together and move from field to field and rotate. They have to just pay the field fee. Everybody pays whatever your standard field fee is, $25. Everybody pays it for the day.
Yeah.
Air, and yes, they're not going to sell paint, but then, they're renting the field for the day. And I'm sure in the summer days, like they could turn and burn a couple of rentals and make some more money. But that's when you have to work with the field owners and you got to work with everybody to kind of set a schedule. Otherwise, it's going to be like beer league hockey and you're going to be playing 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night.
I'd be okay with that. I'll play 10 o'clock on Tuesday night.
Shut up.
If the
You're
field
not
had
helping
lights
any.
on. The yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice, but I can definitely see there being issues with getting that many paintballers to go in one place at the same time. Because basically, it seems like the airsoft guys, I don't know, this is just because they did it 15 years ago and they've already burned through this problem and they've beaten this one to the ground. Is that if you went to 100 paintballers, it was like, okay, we're all going to this field. We're all going to field, field A. 60% of the paintballers would just look at you and go, you can go to hell. And it's like, it's not that they don't like that field. It's that they don't like being told to go to a field. You know what I mean? Like they would just like dig their heels in for no good reason because it's just like
almost like they're a bunch of people with ADHD,
right? Like I'm not doing what you told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, right.
Bitch,
Now at the same time, we did have something like that years ago in paintball, especially in the Maritimes, that every weekend there was an event. So paintballers traveled as a big group. You'd have large people going, oh, are you going to this scenario event? I'm going to this event. I'm going to this event. I'm going to this event. And what it ended up causing to happen was like there's no airsoft fields. There's paintball fields that also do airsoft. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear about Moncton Airsoft or, there's AXP. I would say it leans maybe a little more airsoft than paintball. But like there's no that I'm aware of ground up airsoft fields. It's all paintball that they do airsoft.
Oh, there's one place in Nova Scotia. There's that new spot that just opened that they are the airsoft arena.
Right.
And
I meant to look at that.
I'm curious.
So why? I got to look at that. I got to look at the thing you sent me. But I think right now, in the state of things, is that you have paintball fields that do airsoft. So when you have all of your paintballers traveling, going, okay, well, this week I'm going to do field A, and then next week I'm going to do field B, and then we'll do field C. At any given time, two fields are suffering. It's just the way the scene has been laid out over since the 80s. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a consequence of just time. So
isn't there a how do I say it? I had something and I kind of lost it. Which is shock, right?
Right. Yeah.
It was they still have their rentals. It's one day. If everybody books
for sure. It's one day.
Those groups, and remember, those individual gangs like us showing up, like the Gentlemen's League, would not be the make or break that's going to make a field that week.
No, but what I mean is that like let's say Field A has an event and they pull 80 people, right?
Mhm.
That weekend, that means that Field B and Field C don't get any of those regulars. They get the renters, but they got no regulars. And then they
Yeah.
kind of just like rotate through. And the renters should be the bread and butter, but I think it causes a bad blood, it leaves a bad taste in a lot of field owners when they look at it and go, well, everybody's over at Field A. So, I've got a low turnout because I could have had another 30 guys show up, but they all went to this event.
Or
And
they
then
could have had a birthday party that canceled and they lose their deposit.
yeah.
Like, suck it up. That's the nature of business. Like, sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose, and it sucks. I get it. Like, I'm not saying there's a silver bullet solution to the problem, to the issue.
I think it's just a status quo. So, like a status quo has been established, and it's hard to break that. It's hard to, it's like
Okay, feels you.
We've been doing it for this way for so long, which is not a good excuse, by the way. Anybody ever says, "Well, we've always done it that way," then you just say, "Wow, brave of you to admit that you've been doing it wrong for that long."
I enjoy that. Yes, thank you. This pleases me.
All right.
Yeah, good stuff.
So, where was I going with this? Yeah,
What's
Drive to
next
Survive.
on the list? Yeah, so it's like Drive to Survive. Okay.
Apparently, the Tampa Bay Stadium. Apparently, the stadium was booked already for next year.
Dope. It
Yeah.
looked really fun. Like, that did look like a riot to play in.
Well, what I really like about the stadium is they don't really need to worry about running into late into the day. Oh, the sun's going down. It's getting dark. Turn on the massive stadium floodlights. Like.
Yeah, and the time of year was good too. Like, they seemed to be blessed with weather. Like, they didn't get
Yep.
they didn't get
That
Florida.
looked really good.
And again, the fact that they're doing it in Tampa Bay leaves an opportunity for the mighty Florida man to show up, and we can all hope that he arrives at an NXL event. I think that you know what? I think paintball could use that. The mighty
It needs
Florida
to be the
man
right
is going to
level of
show
Florida
up.
man because Florida man's a spectrum everywhere from that's quirky to that's a felony and not a fun one. You know what I mean? Like, so we need that right level.
I am aware of what I said.
we need the
I said
I
we
wrestled
need
an
Florida
alligator
man.
for it's we need the I rescued I wrestled an alligator because he stole my beer. Level Florida man. That's
Oh,
what
good.
we need.
I was going to go with threw the alligator through a window at Wendy's at the drive-through because they screwed up his order. That was the level of Florida man I was going for.
See,
So
the
that's a
problem
happy
is
medium.
we would get blamed for Florida man, and then we wouldn't be allowed back at the stadium.
We would get blamed for the Canada Geese. I can accept being blamed for that. I will not be blamed for Florida man.
So that's happening. That's super cool. I dig that. I love that. Moving on to the next coming event, though, we've got the Mid Atlantic Open being held at Dover. Excuse me, at the Dover Motor Speedway. Well, outside of the Dover Motor Speedway.
Sunday,
And there's a bunch of
Sunday.
Right, Sunday. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Ooh, I like that one.
Shediac is looking to have a big Sunday. I would love to go, but gas being $1.80 a liter,
Your
and
booty hole cannot handle that.
not right now. Not when I've got to pay for a photographer and I got to pay for a caterer. Every dollar kind of counts right now for the next till. If I've done my math right, by June 1st, the bills will not be as bad. I'm not see.
I like your enthusiasm, brother. I like your enthusiasm.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be optimistic. So Dover, there's a bunch of things happening at the Dover one. So first and foremost, let's talk about that. It's paintball outside of the motor speedway, so that's cool, right? So we got race cars and whatnot. Because of the race cars, There's a charity there. It's called the Speedway Children's Charity. I guess they kind of
There's
they
so
just
many awesome things that can happen with paintball, race cars, and children's charities.
well,
There's
so
so many
they
cool things.
the one they're doing right now is that if you bring your own car,
Hmm.
which means I'd have to drive to Dover, is you can you pay $75 and they'll let your car on the track and you get to keep up with the pace car around the track.
Boys, boys,
Right?
we need I need a shit box. I need a Chevy Sprint. I need an Aveo. I need a Mercury frickin' Topaz.
So,
And
right? Super cool.
for the record, I saw one of those like yesterday driving around town.
I
An
love that.
OG Mercury Topaz.
I dig that. That's awesome. The so it's $75. You pay that. That goes towards the charity. So I love that. That's really cool. They are looking at. They've got some special guests, namely Brad Keselowski. I don't really know him, but apparently he's big in NASCAR. So there's going to be a NASCAR driver. He's going to be there to help coach. Apparently, he's like a guest coach.
He has got that is a hell of an overbite, and I'm not one to talk about teeth, but damn.
I gotta go look it up now.
Yeah, yeah. Just Google Brad Polish.
Brad Keselowski.
Okay, cool. That's neat. I'm sure my buddy
I'm sure
Flash slash.
somebody could tell me. Apparently, he's sponsored by something called Build Submarines.
I'm glad that it's a submarine, and that's what it is. God,
So
if Flash would be a little quicker on the draw, I would totally message him and be like, "Tell me who this is," and I would get like a synopsis of this man's career as only a NASCAR autist enthusiast can do. He's got the NASCAR
apparently
flavor.
he's 11th in the Food City 500. No, sorry, in the series. I guess he's 11th in the whole series. I don't
Oh
know what
no,
that
sorry,
means.
that's not what I was making the noise at. I was making the noise at the name of NASCAR events always cracks me up.
Dude, there is the Jack Links 500, the the Worth 400 presented by Liquid Molly. Pretty sure that's illegal. Uh,
Whoa. Hold. Okay, kids, we're going on another Google thought. Liquid Molly. All right,
Liquid
let's.
Molly. It's a liquid Molly, Liqui space MOLY. You've got the
It's
Coca
a
Cola
motor
500,
oil.
the
God
Cracker Barrel
damn it,
400,
NASCAR. The what? The Cracker Barrel 400. Oh yeah.
Cracker Barrel 400,
Oh yeah.
the
That's.
Viva Mexico 250,
Oh come
the
on now.
Quaker
That's not even.
State, the Quaker State 400 available at Walmart.
I
It's,
mean,
I think this is
good.
the Google AI polling nonsense. This can't be real. There's the Toyota Save Mart 350. Yeah.
Man, I swear to God, some NASCAR fan is gonna come through the internet and punch you in the throat for the heart. The hysterical laughing that I'm hearing on the other end of this mic is a little unsettling.
The Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol.
Yeah, AI is pulling that out of its ass. It has to be.
There's the Cookout 400, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. This has got to be
That
the
one's
AI.
the Coke Zero one. I'm pretty sure is. I'm pretty sure. Well, there's like the Pepsi 500.
Oh, I know that one. Oh, these ones are all less funny.
Hello, Emily Russell.
There's one
Cliff,
literally called the Cookout 400.
a K car, and a Ford Pinto. Hell yes. There's nothing wrong with beer league hockey. As a matter of fact, I think if we could broadcast beer league
Sorry.
paintball, we would have so much fun. No. Please continue laughing and giving me the names of NASCAR events.
I've run out. There's the last funny one is it's just a straight talk wireless 500. And oh no, there is a funny one. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a different brand. This one's too long. The Duramax Texas Grand Prix powered by Relodyne.
Powered by Relodyne.
So, anyways, so this event is happening at the Speedway.
Dying.
So yeah, they've got, you can follow the pace car, so that's super cool. They got it, and they got a NASCAR driver is going to come down and do some guest coaching because they are doing a 3v3 all-star game. And what's really cool about this one is they're building the teams. So there's going to be a West team and an East team. Okay. And it's going to be you can actually go onto Major League Paintball's website. You can vote for your, like, who from each team do you want to go. So for example, you've got like Edmonton Impact, you got Brandon Cornell, Justin Cornell, Tyler Harmon, and Zach, I can't pronounce that last name, but you can go in and vote and say like, oh, I want Justin Cornell, like so it's up to that. So it's going to be a East versus West showdown. It's going to be head-to-head 3v3. ESPN's going to be on site shooting it. From the sounds of it, ESPN wants to integrate meta glasses and barrel cams into the footage. So it sounds to me like they're going to do a shoot first, edit, put something out later kind of situation, which I think is cool. I'm all for that. The 3v3 is going to allow sideline coaching. They from their website says the all-star rosters will be determined by fan voting, giving supporters the chance to select their favorite players from each team to represent their region, adding even more excitement to the matchup. Surprise guest coaches, military veteran players. I don't know if that's military and veteran players or it's military veteran players will also join the rosters, creating a unique mix of players for the game. Each team's nominees below and vote now. Voting will be open until Friday, April 17th, which is tomorrow as of recording this. What's going on, Lewis? We are talking about the 3v3 All-Star game that's going to be happening at the Dover Speedway.
Someone go vote for Tyler Harmon for me.
Tyler Harmon? Is that just because it's the only name you know?
I got the man's marker. I might as well.
Oh, that's right. So you vote for one from each team. Like Atlanta Jungle Cats, we can vote for them. Aftershock, Houston Heat. So you can pick one from every team. It's just super cool. It's a novel idea. I'm here for it. I'm digging it. I like it. It's interesting. Let's do more stuff like that. So that's happening. Super cool. I'm excited for that. I'm curious to see what ESPN's going to do. I love the idea of them integrating meta glasses and barrel cams and stuff like that into the event to get the recordings, because I feel like that's where paintball could really shine. Watching it live is hard. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it unless you're super into it and you know exactly what's going on. Watching it live,
that would make for great footage. That Drive to Survive style thing like we were just talking to.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're going to get the good footage, is from your barrel cams, from your Google Glass or whatever.
Well, the meta glasses would do a great job of getting in the pits, right? Getting right in the pits.
In the pit so that you could love someone? No, nothing.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was coughing.
Oh, that's okay. It was a bad Kid Rock joke.
Oh, gotcha.
About getting into the pit and trying to love someone consensually, because we're all about that here. No deviance.
Yeah.
Wow, I just heard that train wreck, that brain fart just go bad.
It's bad, man. It's bad. This cough is messing me up. Cams, glasses, all that jazz. I think they're going to do a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think watching live paintball is very, very difficult. Broadcasting it is very difficult. It's not something the masses really want to watch, but I think people would actually sit down and watch a half-hour breakdown of an event. You know, it's kind of like not everybody wants to sit down and watch an entire hockey game, but they will watch the highlights.
Yep.
You know, same thing.
Exactly.
So that's done. Yeah.
Thank you for the link, Explore. Everybody will throw that up on the old screen skis there.
Yeah. Oh, and they announced at the for this event, $1,500 US will get your brand on a bunker on the pro field, plus a couple of other things like shout outs on socials, on the live stream, all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. $1,500 isn't, I mean, it's a lot of money to the average person, but it's not a lot of money when you're talking like big advertising, you know? So that's kind of cool. If you got the flow, you could have your logo on a pro bunker. I don't know what the return on investment on that would be though. I'm curious.
Yeah, it depends how many eyeballs are going to be on the event.
It also depends if are those eyeballs going to immediately like recognize your logo, or it's an option, and that's just the best part. It's an option. You can take it or you can't. You cannot. So I love that.
That is pretty cool.
It is. It's just a cool option. You know what I mean? So I dig that. I like that they've put that out there. That offer. I think for a small medium business, $1,500 might actually be doable. Now, speaking of small medium businesses, well, not really small, but GI Sports did something interesting. Well, remember a little while ago, and which brand was it? One of the brands asked the question of like, what can we do to help? Does anyone else remember this?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah, we went into it. We talked about it.
Yes. Yes, it was Brad's tangent. One of Brad's many wonderful tangents. Because it was a good one too. Because there was a lot of good ideas thrown out that day. So yes, GIs decide to do something like that as well.
Yes, they asked the question, how can we contribute more to help grow the sport? So it wasn't one of those generic like, what needs to be done? Or
was it a bloodbath?
No.
Or was it constructive? I always feel like these things can go either way, but GI is pretty like I can't see somebody like really having beef and flaming GI's chat, or like Tipman getting harassed because they won't release a new Tipex.
I won't say it was a bloodbath. I will say there was probably like maybe some bruised knuckles.
A little bit of soda.
It was infamous. Explorer, thank you. It was infamous. Yeah, that put that out there. So, not in any particular order, but there was 186 comments. So we're just going to skim through some of these. Gasman, our own Moncton Paintball, Josh Gastelum. How do you pronounce his last name? Gasman. He put out, bring back the CXBL. I love that. Let's do that. Let's bring back the CXBL. Host an NXL event in Montreal. Why not? I think Montreal is the perfect place, perfect city.
I think it is the perfect city to host any big event.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm biased. I love Montreal.
No, but think about it. Mirabel is prepped for it. Mirabel can handle an NXL event. And if they couldn't, if Montreal can host F1,
homie, you and I saw Mirabel's setup. If they can get the insurance, they could do it.
Right.
Like that place is second to none.
And then
God, I want to go back there.
Paintball scholarships and scholastic athletic programs.
Sorry, I just had a flash of like the old Scholastic book fairs, but a paintball version of it.
Going in with $20, feeling like an absolute baller.
Yeah.
So
That is a good idea.
I love the idea of paintball scholarships. I know down in the States they have a lot of university teams.
They have a lot of in
In
schools. They've
schools,
got a lot
they've
of
got a lot
that,
of that,
like
like
reball and
reball.
rickball kind of stuff.
Yeah. One of the comments there from Mark Muzerall, who I actually used to watch the show a lot, I think. He said, stop making or selling one-star paint. So many young new players end up playing with low-grade paint at local fields for the first time. The experience is usually not great enough to have them wanting to come back for more. I agree. I don't know if it's the paint is the problem. I think it might be the field not caring about the one-star paint, not rotating it properly is probably more of an issue. Um,
But I do feel that selling low grade shitty paint is pretty nasty. Nobody likes shooting 1 star, like just the old school bleh.
yeah.
Canadian Tire paint.
Well,
Not to
it's
throw them under the bus, but
no. The Canadian Tire stuff was garbage, but the
Walmart
hard part
paint.
is finding that balance of a paint that can handle an absolute beating from a lower end marker.
Not just
Because
that,
if you put
shipping and receiving. Like if
right,
you
well, if you
send
put
5 star, it can't sit on a shelf in a Canadian Tire cabinet for 2 weeks.
no, right, so you need something. You need to find that middle ground. Maybe it's just make higher quality paint. There was where was it? Here we go. Oh, I've lost the comment. Here we go. Focus on weekend experience of paintball at field level. A field's first, players first will equal growth. Become just as much of a media company as you are a paint company. A lot of these, I'm not. Maybe I'd like to like unpack a lot of these. Um, I'm not sure what they mean about focusing on the weekend experience of paintball at field level. But the next comment's a TV advertising co-op for field owners. You make the 30-second spots and allow free use to your buyers. Of course, you promote GI in every sport or in every spot. Um, I think maybe what he's trying to say is like GI should maybe look at advertising in mainstream media and help bring show the buyers or show the fields. I'm not sure. I don't know if GI promoting your field is going to work when you're talking about like if GI put a commercial on during say the Super Bowl. Let's go nuts with it, right? Let's say GI drops $1 million and puts out a Super Bowl ad, and it advertises a field in California. Like I don't care, you know. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you would go with that. Explore made a comment though. He actually made a really good one. I want to get a word. Spend more on advertisement in general, which is great. Yes. Create media package to help local fields to bring in players. That I like. Like providing, even if they were providing local fields with like, here's the high res graphics, here's a couple of posters, a couple of banners, here's like 400 stickers, here's a, like here's a whole package of stuff to help you promote your field. I think that would be cool. I think it'd be really cool. Like it's like buy X number of cases of paint or spend X number of dollars in a period of time and you get access to different packages. It would probably help some fields. Just here's some media stuff. Here's a poster promoting your field with the GI logo on it. So
Okay, I track. I had to think about that one. I had to roll that around in my head. I'm a little slow tonight. But yeah, I was also thinking like, yeah, on a field level, yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, it comes down to the field. But
that's
how can
okay.
they
I'm
help?
not. Yeah, I'm not.
I feel like I see where you're going with it. I don't know how to. I wouldn't know how to do it.
Well,
I'm
what I
not
mean is
that
like
smart.
I don't think, and I don't want to kick the fields while they're down because I know a lot of the fields are down right now. But I don't want to. I don't want when a field owner says, "Well," and they're not saying it. We're seeing a lot of players saying this. If the players are coming out and saying, My field is suffering because GI is not doing enough. Nope, it's your field's not doing enough. You can't blame GI. You know what I mean? That's like, it doesn't make sense. A field can't blame the paint manufacturer because their field is suffering. But I do like the idea of maybe GI helping fields do promo material, because a company like GI already has printing deals. They already have contacts that are printing crazy amounts of material, boxes, posters, stickers, whatever. So they can help the smaller guys get into that. You know what I mean? Get that pricing or get access to that. I think that'd be cool. There's a couple of comments in here. I think people kind of just like missed the point. One guy actually said, bring back 7-man and raise balls per second. More paint, bigger field, more opportunities of playing time. GI doesn't control that. Like, this is what bothers me and annoys me sometimes about when these companies like GI is like, what can we do to help? And people are throwing things at them like, regional leagues shouldn't be paying $65 for a case of 5-star. Charge pro teams full price, pass on the savings to regional divisional teams trying to grow the sport at a grassroots level.
I appreciate the heart, but I also think maybe his parents ate lead paint when they were conceiving him, or at least he just did. He's got heart.
Right.
His heart's in the right place.
Make paintball more inviting, more accessible to the disabled community. I ended up in a chair 7 years ago, and I miss getting out and playing. I miss playing in a tournament, maybe design bunkers around people in wheelchairs.
Yeah, fuck you, GI, for not designing bunkers for people who are in wheelchairs. How dare you? I know.
Like, you know, but you see what I mean? Like, this is a little frustrating. Going through some of these comments is kind of frustrating. Now, to be fair, somebody's saying, like, maybe design bunkers around people in wheelchairs. I think if there was enough people who wanted to play paintball that were in wheelchairs, I think you would find that there would be. It's kind of a catch-22. Nobody's going to make the bunkers for it because there's no demand for it. But because there's no bunkers for it, there's no demand. You know, so we're kind of like stuck in a catch-22 there. It's interesting though. I mean, you can get custom bunkers made. You can contact Sup Air, and commission custom bunkers. You know, so this one though, Matt Stewart, drop the outdated sponsor models. Let's invest in some solid social media influencers like Matt the Gym Rat. Get out amongst the people. Be looking at players' clinics for newcomers. Need someone to build the grassroots up. I like that. I would like to see, I don't know how they would do it. It would require proper project management, but it'd be kind of cool if GI could schedule and do clinics. Maybe they do pop-ups, you know, but the cost, there's a lot of money involved with pop-ups.
No, but you do a clinic on a weekend. Like when there's an event weekend, you know, you lump it together. I mean, it's a lot of work too. Like we're saying that like it's nothing. But that would be cool. That would be cool. I don't know how many people would show up to something like that, but I would love to go out and see a clinic. Just you're at an event and they're just teaching something. It might not be a whole day clinic. They might throughout the whole day you can drop in and you see something, you can learn something. I think it's a really cool
even if it was like a clinic, like a package. Like let's say Moncton wanted to host a clinic. GI ships down because GI owns a bunch of these smaller companies, right? So the GI ships up a couple of bunkers, maybe a dozen markers and kits, like full kit, a couple of, maybe a dozen masks or whatever. Hopefully, I assume if you're running a clinic, everyone would have their own masks. But
yeah, they just honestly, yes, some bunkers, and they ship up a case of paint, a skid of paint, and
right, and then the field runs the clinic, and then it's got to all be managed above board. Make sure GI is getting some sort of return on investment because they're paying to ship this stuff down. You're going to ship it back to them and all that, so they should get some good marketing out of it. So, that kind of thing.
I approve.
I like the idea of clinics. Like, again, I don't know how you would do it, but it's a cool idea. It's interesting. One of these comments, I don't know if I want to say it because you're gonna
I'm not gonna like it, am I?
no, you're gonna make you're not. How do I word this? If I say the comment out loud, I'm gonna tear it to pieces, and then you're gonna tell me I'm being mean.
Ooh, it's one of those ones.
Yeah. So one person said promote woodland, semi, and magfed paintball instead of super air. He said better off with 1 million people shooting 10 balls each than 10 people shooting 1,000 each.
1,000, and now
That's where
he's
the lead
talking.
paint comes in, man. That's a lead paint comment. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I understand, but that's somebody who refuses to see that. That's somebody who's just being blind, dude.
Yeah.
You may now, you know what? I think that it feels like somebody might either be the product of chewy lead paint, or they're intentionally obtuse. In either case, you may fire when ready.
Magfed players, Woods ball players, I see you, I hear you, I love your passion, but oh my God, you make up less than 5% of the sport. You need to come to terms with that, especially Magfed players. I know you think you're super special because you play the Magfed stuff, but oh my God, you don't make fields any money. You buy tons of gear. Most of it is the accessories for your Magfed marker.
Jesus,
Then
you
you,
hate them so much. I can't
then you
believe
go to
it.
the field, you buy one bag of paint, and you shoot it for 3 weekends.
You are the most self-hating MagFed player I've ever met. I love
Because
it.
I've seen it. I've saw it grow and I saw it peak, and then I saw through the lens, and then I saw through it all, and I went, "Oh my God!"
A lot of them went to airsoft, dude.
I know, which is fine because
They
when
seem
we're
really
talking
happy,
about something, when we're talking about the mill sim side of things,
like a kid with a train.
well, like when it goes to the mill sim side, and we're talking about people who don't want to shoot a lot, or they want that super accurate, or not super, that super authentic look and feel and everything, that's fine. It is way easier for airsoft to house a bunch of BBs than it is for them to house paintballs and hope that the mag fed people will go through enough. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. I'm not saying anything because I knew what I was agreed to when I said you may fire when ready, and
I
I'm just
just
letting you
it's
go.
it's not all the mag fed players, and it's not all the woods ball players. I like I said, I love the passion.
Oh, you know what? If you get pissed off when we say that kind of stuff, you're the kind of people we're talking about.
That's perfect. That sums it up
I
exactly.
heard that the other day, and I was like, yeah, if this doesn't piss you off and you think it's funny, maybe a little mean, but you think it's kind of funny, it's not really about you.
Right.
Don't worry
You're
about
not actually the target. Now, this comment was peak. Start focusing on making sure the fields have the business tools and education to give the first time player the best experience possible so they want to come back. That is a legitimate thing that GI Sports can actually do and help with.
it.
Like
I like
how
that.
many
That's
fields were started because some dude really liked paintball, had some land, started a field, but he's a killer paintballer, or at least an average paintballer, or maybe he's just a cool dude, but he's a piss poor businessman. It's like, again, spend X number of dollars, become X level, you know what I mean? Silver, gold, platinum, whatever level of,
platinum level.
right, whatever, and get access to these, like, it's the internet exists, people. You can do webinars, you could do video calls, you can do, like, there's so many options now that you could just host these calls and talk to people. Bring on marketing experts, bring on customer service experts, bring on people who can tell somebody, hey, you it's 2026. You don't have to do cash only anymore. If you want to do cash, totally understand why. But also, here's a bunch of options for you that aren't soul crushingly expensive from the bank. Or here's how to use social media. You know what I mean? Like, just Here's how to build a website. That kind of stuff. There's options. Um, One guy here put a comment. His name is Pete. He said, "I wouldn't know. I sold all my gear at World Cup. Never been happier not playing." Cool,
Oh,
dude. You
well,
can
Pete, go
suck
fuck yourself.
that.
No,
uh,
I'll say it. Oh, I sold my stuff at World Cup, but I'm still commenting on a GI post. Fuck off. We're not here to
mhm.
talk to what why are you here? Do you just feel better now? Did you wake up this morning and feel like being a taint? Because that's
Right,
what you
exactly.
are. I'm sorry. That kind of useless shit just aggravates me, and
Yeah.
it's just you're being a dick to be a dick. And if you anything can be funny, anything can be said if it's funny.
hmm
Just don't be a dick.
Wolf commented it. He said commercial ads and marketing to non-paintballers. That is one thing that I found a lot of paintball companies are really bad for is serious echo chambers. GI seems to be getting a little better. A lot of the Tipman stuff is trying to promote to non-paintballers,
You
but
got to bring
yeah,
them in somehow. You got to hook them, give them a reason to think it's more than, the average weekend of kids getting dressed up in overalls and spraying paint for an afternoon in the heat. Like show them what it can be for each person. So yeah, reaching out to the average Joe.
yeah. Um, oh, here's one, and this is a situation that it actually exists in the real world. Coming from a world of retail and sales, I can tell you that this is a normal practice that I don't know how well it would work, but it'd be interesting. But creating a max price, so putting a ceiling, putting a cap on the price for paintball. So, for example, um, if you go to uh, go to a field and it's $90 for a case of paint, then you go to another field, it might be $200 for a case of paint. And it's like, okay, well, that field's got higher fees. They got higher overhead, which is fine. That if they can explain that,
Charge the paint universal, but put it on the field to put the fee up for the fee, not for the
right?
paint.
Yeah,
Don't bury your cost in paint and blame it on GI putting their price up.
right. Yeah, set
You
an
cheap bastards.
MSRP.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen.
No,
I
but
wish.
coming
That's
from
some
the world
hopeful
of
thinking, my
retail,
dude.
it does work for certain products for certain situations. Um, oh, Rob Lennon, start plugging your retailers. Stop selling direct. That is
Ooh, I
that's a
like
big
that
thing.
one. I
Um,
like that one. But unfortunately, the genie of Amazon
yeah,
kind of popped that out. But people are starting to gravitate back towards brick and mortar. I want to be able to see the $1,500 marker before I buy it.
uh-huh.
I
No,
feel
it's
that
true.
that's same thing with paintball, but with airsoft guns, all that stuff. You want to be able to see what you're buying. I go to Walmart to buy my Lego because I want to physically hold the box before I buy it. Because I know that when I go to the cash and I give her the money, whether it be on my debit card or out of my pocket in bills, I don't have to wait. And I know that what I bought is exactly what I bought. Yes, shut up. We know the Walmart stories, but you know what I mean on average.
Yep,
Like there is
you get
something
to
to be
see the
said about
product.
that.
Yeah, there's a huge thing about that. I will research all day, all night online.
Yeah, but how do you trust your own research? Then you
No,
become
that's what I
your
mean.
own
I
echo
will
chamber. You
I
only
will
see
I
what
will
you want.
research all day, all night, and then I will go to the store and look for the thing that my research said, hey, this is probably the one to get. Then I go to the store, pick up the thing, and usually then I'll go, yep, this is exactly what I wanted, or I'll pick it up and go, no, this isn't going to do it.
Now, let's tie this together. Here's one for you. You were talking about advertising to the layman, advertising to the average Joe. Selling
Mhm.
stuff direct does not do that. Selling it in a store where you have a kid like young blood.
Yep.
17, 18 years old, standing behind the counter, looks like a paintballer, but he's, they're selling the gun, or the marker, and the kit to the people who are going to buy it. There's something about going into a store and asking somebody who knows their product.
Yep.
Wolf posted it, and damn it if I hate when he posts stuff that I agree with so hard, because it's just like, damn it, I refuse to engage, but sometimes I do, or I'll message him privately because I'm like, yeah, you son of a bitch. But I don't want my sales, if I'm going to buy a car, I don't want the guy Googling the car. If you're selling me something, you best know what you're selling me.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
it. And
Uh,
again, you've known me and listened to me bitch about this driving for hours on end about how I
Days, man. We've spent literal days in the car together.
and me complaining about salesmen, and like, if I'm going to sell something, I won't sell something I don't believe in. So that's
So,
why I have no
okay.
problem hawking Northern Hydration, because I believe in the product.
I have a
The
tangent.
head strap, the hero strap, which is amazing. Gator mail, which is amazing. I'm big on Safety Pro,
Yep.
because
I'm
that's what's going to get the hockey moms and the mothers and the parents who are going to get their kids to come play
yep.
paintball and they're afraid of it. Those little bits of safety kit is what's going to get the parent to come out. It's
Yep.
not a very dangerous sport, but really more than hockey or football. But,
So
little
I
common sense here. Strap shit on their
speaking
head so it doesn't fall off.
of advertising to like the layman, I was out with the cybersecurity guys uh,
Mm-hmm.
last night, and we ended up actually talking about paintball, and it was funny. We started explaining like it was it was a weird tangent. It took us a while to get around, but anyways, we ended up talking about paintball. We're talking about scenario events specifically, and they had no idea that there were events with backstories to it, and they said if they had known that, they would play it. Um,
Right? Right?
and because
Because
I think
D&D
we
nerds
were
love that
joking,
shit.
yeah, we that's it. He's like D&D players would love this. I'm like, yeah. And the joke we were talking about, it was the fact that like I can't play games like Skyrim or Oblivion because I couldn't care less about
Mhm.
lore. Um, and I said I actually did it in real life at a paintball game where there's literally a photo of me with my hand in the air going, "What is this?"
Oh,
Um,
yeah, just run off. I said that all weekend playing Airsoft. They were given missions. I'm like, what's this, team deathmatch?
right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't do that in paintball. Like, I know there's a story. I try to follow with it, but with Airsoft, for some reason, I'm like, fuck them. Let's shoot somebody. Like, oh, let's
Right.
go. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that would help too. Like, let's help these scenarios events advertise to the general player of like, yo, like, here's your lore, here's your backstory. Now, Curtis Kearney. Actually, I'm going to read this one. This is a really long comment, but he touches on a couple of points and it makes a lot of sense. But we're not low on time, but um,
that's okay.
widening.
We got some tangents we can edit.
Yeah, Archangel Mikhail. Widening margins between wholesale and map prices to allow fields to make a meaningful profit from sales. Stop flooding the market with quote unquote sponsorship gear bought at wholesale prices just to then be dumped into the market in private transactions to fund your teams and require sponsored players hold on to equipment or return existing equipment. Um, to be dumped onto the market in private transactions to fund your teams and require sponsored players hold on to your equipment or return existing equipment for new models. Limit sponsorship to actual performers both on and off the field. Give the term meaning again. Support your vendors' events directly, both competitive and non. That'd be a start. I can't disagree with anything that man said.
So, what kind of guns is he talking about?
Well,
Elaborate.
think like GI Sports, right? If they're sponsored teams.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, well, not sponsored. They wouldn't be really running guns. Excuse me. But like the new masks, they get new masks every year, and then they sell them. Or even the smaller teams, it's like here's your masks, or here's some tanks, or here's some hoppers, or whatever gear. Force the team say, okay, you're sponsored. Here's the gear. Just give it to them, right? But they're not
Hmm.
allowed to sell it. Say, here's your gear. You don't need to buy any gear. We've covered the cost of your kit, so that saves you some money. Send it back at the end of the season, and we'll ship you new stuff at the beginning of the next season.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Keeps it
I'm
out of the private
sorry.
market.
Yes, okay. So that way they're just not flipping kit and everybody's buying instead of buying direct, you end up with markers that
Right.
came from a played field played. You can't see me finger
Right.
quoting here.
And then realistically GI could take that and say, you know, they could flip it as either refurbished at a discount, or they could flip it for whatever price and say, this was used by X player at such event. They do
So,
that kind
but
of stuff,
then
right?
you're saying then that they have to either pass the savings need to go someplace in that case because you're just giving the money back to GI. So are they gonna lower the price of the guns somewhere? Are they going
Yeah,
to?
sell it as a refurb, sell it at a discount as a refurbished gun. That way it's not scrapped. And they could sell that to some kid or something, or offer to a vendor, offer to a retailer and say like, hey, like I've got these 30 refurbs. They were used by X teams last year. Cut you a really good deal on them. You sell them at a little bit of a markup, make a little bit of money. Just make sure that you tell everybody that they're refurbs. So retailer gets some gear, sells it. There wouldn't be a whole lot of it. It's not a lot, but at least it goes to the retailer, or. And then I do like the idea of limiting the sponsorships. Not every team needs a sponsorship. Um, Curtis Kearney had a great one. The GI Street Ball Tour, coast to coast. Actually, he typed cost to cost, but I think he meant coast to coast. Pick a couple of fields. Do I know? Do some demos, tech classes, show the weekend warriors why GI products are the best. That'd be cool. That's what I meant by the pop up. That's the way to do it. Contact the fields a year in advance and say, hey, on this date next year, whatever, we're gonna realistically, I think the way to do it is send one tech and one salesperson who work for the actual company, and then you hire local. You know what I mean? You hire the local talent kind of thing.
Mhm.
Hey, we need you to stand at this booth and hand out bottles of water or something. Basically booth babes or booth dudes, whatever.
Booth boy, like Cabana
Right.
boy, Cabana boy.
Boy. All right.
Uh,
And then
oh my
you ship
God, can we get a
down.
Cabana? We need a sexy Cabana boy for the pits, and we call him Pit Boy, and we just send him off to do shit. I don't care
All right,
who it
done.
is, but yeah, we need somebody to dress up in a mask and a speedo and be willing to tear ass across the field.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? That's like you send a sales guy, send a tech, and send and ship a bunch of stuff to the field, direct to the field, tents, whatever needs the gear, the stuff, the demo stuff, whatever. You ship it all to the field, set it up, hang it at the field for the whole day, morning to night, make it a 2-day event, whatever. GI promotes the shit out of it with their massive promoting machine that they should technically have. The field promotes the hell out of it. It's a big special event that would draw in players who've never played at that field before because GI's on site. Like we're gonna have it's a big clinic, it's a whatever, right? Like pick a field and do one a month or one weekend or something. I think you would see serious return. It'd be expensive as all hell, but I think you'd see serious return.
I
Uh,
mean, GI, any of these companies, call me baby. I will sell my ass off. I am a whore of the highest order. Speaking of being a whore, um, at the time of this recording, tomorrow, you will be able to this weekend, you'll be able to go see Brad at a record store. Give some money to the radio station that lets us be the allegedly only radio show dedicated to the fantastic sport that is paintball. It's also that time of the show where I get to do my thing, where I get to hawk the Canadian cunt, because the cunt I am usually swathed in cuntiness. I'm allowed to swear. I'm allowed to sell things like Rip Kings, the greatest head shop in all of New Brunswick. You go and see Big Black Sam. He will hook you up. Oh yes, he will. Who else was there? What other savagery? Building Paintball, who is probably already doing their thing right now. But I always tell people you got to play to win. But remember, do so responsibly. Um, what else, Bradley? Am I thinking of anything else? Am I missing anything?
I think that's all the degenerates.
That's the degenerates. Explore Paintball once
There you
again.
go.
You go and go check his stuff out. There is a lot of love in that young man's work, and I
Passion.
think it's not just it is passion and love and passion, yada yada yada. But um, he, the guy that whatever company like snaps this guy up is gonna be really glad that they did it. It's like dealing with a weird personality type like mine, where and I'm not like I said, I can be a valuable asset. I'm a pain in the ass.
It's true.
I will be so much of I'll be so arrogant as to compare myself to James Hunt, where I'm a pain in the ass 9 out of 10 days. But by God and Sonny Jesus, if you want something sold on that 10th day, you pick up the phone and you call me. it's it's it's
Yep.
it's it is one of those things, right? And Explorer is very much like that. He'll make you scratch your head 9 out of 10 days, but on that 10th day, by God, you're glad that he's in your corner.
It's true. Absolutely.
And that is the
Uh,
nicest thing I'm going to say all day.
what's he asking? Guys have Great Western or Original 16 beer out there. I know it's Deep Moosehead Molson out there. We do not have Great Western. So believe it or not, my man, uh, it is
We have
very
Olaf.
hard to get alcohol from outside of the province into our province unless you are one of the big four. Private
So
message
one of
me.
my
Explain
one of
that.
my friends told me he had a whole bunch of growlers, some Red Rover growlers.
Cool.
I thought of you when I heard that. I was like, let
Nice.
Brad know that somebody
Um,
has them, not filled or anything, and not used in a while. So that might explain a bunch of things.
Explorer, shoot me a message. I used to work in the alcohol industry. I can explain all the rules to you, man. It's not great. New Brunswick has some pretty nasty rules. All right, folks, it's been fun. It's been a blast. We've been hanging out. I think we may have actually solved the echo issue. I don't think we've had an echo since you turned off your camera.
Um, no, I don't think we have, but we'll have
I'll
to
know when I
sort
go
that
back.
problem out. But I'm fine. We can just put a picture up for now until we sort that problem out.
Yeah. So, folks, it's been fun. It's been a blast. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, chit chatting, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. But until next week, cheers.
Toodles.